Welcome back to the second half. I am still the person that I am, and I wanted to thank you guys for joining us. You know, you could be literally doing basically anything, but you're here with us for reasons that are beyond my comprehension. As you leave the Adventurers Guild and head back into the town, south towards the center of town, near the government buildings where you happen to know that Landley's Inn, the Crystal something, man, I just had it. Crystal Dagger is located. The sun is setting, and as it's setting, the shadows begin to grow on the street. You all have high enough passive perception, unfortunately, to notice a person approaching you. Their eyes are bloodshot. They are unkempt and dirty. They're shaking, and it's pretty clear that they're hiding a knife up their right sleeve. And they're heading directly, they're making no attempt to hide the fact that they are directly approaching your group.
I've seen enough meth heads in my time to know exactly what's going on.
The shadow grows, and, you know, the sun goes just far enough so that the house that he's next to goes past his head. So the rest of the town is lit by this kind of warm orange glow, and he's standing in darkness as he approaches and says, I have a message for you. For all of you.
Does that have anything to do with what's up your sleeve?
Your sister sends her regards, that you should have stayed dead, and that you'll return to her embrace soon enough. All hail the lady! And he pulls the knife out and holds it over his head and slits his own throat. Everyone nearby just starts fleeing in every direction. Guards start.
I heal him.
Okay.
I look at Agram and go, I wonder how many experience points that was worth.
How do you heal him?
I use lay on hands.
He killed himself. I don't think that counts.
Okay. You run over and you lay on hands him. No! I'll be with them! I'll be with my family again!
I kick away the dagger.
All right.
You shouldn't be so quick to throw away your life.
Thrashing around on the ground, and he's just like, can't stop me. The poison is already in my veins. And like, no, I can't feel it anymore.
Yeah. It's like, hush, you'll be fine.
The guards are just like, stand back. What are you doing to that man?
I'm a paladin. I'm healing him.
Okay.
Well, continue on, citizen.
This is a D&D world, right? Like, that's a perfectly logical thing that could happen. You know, you're standing over him, you're touching him, and suddenly he's not dead anymore. They have no reason to question this circumstance.
Do you have a place to hold people who try to self-harm?
Like, one of them laughs, and the sergeant, like, turns and, like, slaps him in the face. Shut up. Yes, we have such a place. Normally, we allow those people to fire naturally. Someone who is with fund their rehabilitation. We have a sanitarium where they might. Okay.
That's right. Didn't what's your face get sent to that place?
So let's be super clear here. This guy's struggling the whole time, trying to kill himself.
I got 19 strength, Arthur.
I'm aware.
I'm just sitting there holding him.
I want to make it clear he's shouting the whole time too, like shouting praises to the god of death.
Do you have a priest of anyone to he's really bent on the god of death.
Literally anyone. Like, you got a god of sandwiches, like,
so
a priest of
yeah,
sandwiches.
they're just like, if he's a cultist of the god of death, there's only sentence. Execution.
Why would you so quickly throw a man's life away like this?
Service to the god of death. She is evil.
I could probably think of a few reasons. Undermining society.
Do you stand with her?
No. What I'm saying is that this man can be pulled away from that faith.
They're super fucking confused.
It's a paladin
like,
thing.
I know. I'm aware it's a paladin thing for you, but for them, they're just like, okay, this is a criminal who
No, I'm
wishes to be
just saying to the guys, the guards, like, their looks of bewilderment's like, you know, paladins are.
This is a man who wants to die, who has committed a crime that deserves execution.
What was his crime?
serving the god of death. He must have entered into an evil bargain.
I grab the man struggling and I slap him across the face and I'm just like, calm down. I have a question for you. Do you willingly and knowingly serve the god of death?
I serve the lady with everything that I have. I will be reunited with my family in the end time.
Can I shoot him, or would that like be a crime at this point?
Yeah,
or
so
am
the
I just
guard is
saving
like,
you?
please don't shoot him.
Okay, I'm just checking.
We will execute him tomorrow morning in the manner prescribed by the king.
All right, that's cool. I was just going to save you some time, but that's fine. That's procedure. I understand that. I
That would
used to
be
a
what
soldier
you're
myself.
talking about is a crime.
Well, that's why I was asking.
And your message that you chose to deliver to us, was it important that you ended your life in front of us?
Simply that my reward would be when I died, I would be returned with my family. I
Your
assume that
family.
you've got this guy lifted up like with one hand and he's like struggling.
Yeah.
Like you're choke slamming him.
Yeah, it's like, and your family, she took them from you?
Death takes everything. She can return me to them.
Wait, I mean, you.
So like the sergeant is like, I'm going to need you to hand that man over to us now.
That's technically the lawful thing to do.
But is it
As
the
well.
righteous thing to do?
But here's the thing, I'm not a lawful paladin. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Mm.
your idea of paladin is very Pathfinder. Pathfinder
Yeah.
or paladins don't need to follow the law anymore.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I just
No,
thought that's part of his thing. He had to follow the whatever.
There is an oath that is like follow the law, right? And all that
Mm.
stuff. Not that one.
Okay, I thought that's which one you were. Was why I was.
Mine
Pointing it
is
out.
like praise life, basically.
Hmm.
So
Kelly, do you know anything about turning someone away from their pledged god to someone else?
if you talk to the former Kelly, he could tell you about scriptures and the powers that would have hold over people's souls. But I myself, well, I believe that people should be able to follow whatever path they desire. There is no right or wrong gods, really.
It seems this
As
one
long as-
desires death, then we may as well hand him over.
I turn to the guards. It's like, you have manacles or something?
Yeah, like he's already brought it out and is trying to attach.
I just sort of hold him up while he does it, you know?
Who needs manacles when you have guns like these? No. I like to think all languages.
And before he leaves, I'm just like, you should think tonight on your actions. Your life is worth a lot more than you're giving it credit for.
You want to make some kind of check here?
Sure. What would you say would be appropriate for
I
him
would
to be
accept-
repetitive?
Persuasion or religion check.
I will
To
Uh,
fill him with faith.
Take it.
I would-
I'm going to be helping because I have proficiency in religion.
But how do you help?
perhaps
Basically-
offer him an alternative god.
Religious chanting in the background.
Yeah, well, like we know the
I
god
would-
of death is like basically one of us. Maybe she's the fifth. I don't know. I don't think we've ever met her though in person.
That we know of.
He also said sister, which is kind of,
Yeah.
and we do know that she was. Actually, it makes a lot of sense now that we think about it.
We've had like multiple NPCs refer to, well, at least one of us as
Well,
what is
she
it?
is
a
the
god and
death,
immortal.
the only other person that was made from the body of the original god. The other one's just consumed his.
I'm just giving you advantage, so I don't need to be super persuasive here, do I?
That's correct. I'm just curious
Okay.
as to what you say.
I'm just like, you cannot trust death. She does not return anything she takes. You will not be reunited with your family, no matter what she says.
And then I continue to go on. Maybe and there are other faiths that would better suit those seeking to find atonement in the afterlife. And then I roll.
Okay.
At advantage?
Yep.
12?
That's 12. 12 is not enough to convince a cultist who's attempting to kill himself to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You tell a good story. You send a good message, and he does not want to listen. So the guards are just like, "Thank you for your service. We will execute him in the morning if you'd like to watch."
No, I don't think I will.
What time is it? This is like sundown?
Yeah. So, I mean, now the sun is fully down over the course of this conversation.
Right before
Foreshadowing how anime this shit was.
Right before they leave view, Duck is gonna hunter's mark him.
Putting in those ranger levels. Yeah, all right. You got it. You hunters marked him.
Sweet. So I can track him for up to an hour.
Yep. Just a second.
I mean, you could cast it at higher level and do it for like 8 hours.
I don't think I have any level 2 ranger spells.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, wait, it has to be third higher anyway. So.
Yeah.
I thought it was second.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about multi-classing. You kind of get
Yeah.
out of higher levels.
You multi-classing out of a martial class anyway. Martial classes get shafted for caster levels. So.
Cat problem solved. I'm back.
Oh, is that
Cat
what that
problem.
sound was?
Huh?
Uh-huh.
No, that one's my cat.
Oh,
He's
okay.
over here being an asshole.
They're just having a conversation about who they're going to kill first.
Um,
The cats.
I'm
Oh,
aware.
okay.
I'm just confused as to why you think my cat's trying to. Oh,
How you know the cat's about to attack? You know they
I
lean back. You know they got the butt thing. You hear a pistol cocking very slowly. That's how you know.
I read your general Discord chat. I know your cat is trying to kill you.
Well, my cat does have a fascination of playing with the handgun I keep beside my bed, so might be
There you go.
correct.
See, that's why I had to put mine under a pillow because my cat
Well, I had
kept
to put
knocking
mine
mine
in a
off.
case. I had to put it in a case.
Opposable
ammunition-
thumbs would. If cats had opposable thumbs, you'd be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Anyway,
And I would have
I
no
don't-
food because my cat would open everything and eat it. Just a little bit of it too. You know, like 2 or
Just
3
enough to just be like, oh, this is no.
and leave the rest of it on the floor for you to step in.
No, here's what my cat would do. It would
Too
eat like 90% of something and then leave a tiny bit. It's like not enough for you to actually make a meal out of it, just enough to piss you off. Like that's what my cat would do because he's an asshole.
So, let's talk about what your plan is now. I mean, you watched a man attempt to murder himself. Now he's being executed for attempting to brutally murder himself.
I'm waiting until how does Hunter's Mark work? Is just like advantage on, or can I see him?
You can't see him. It's not like
You get an advantage to knowing where it is, I believe. Yeah, you have advantage on any perception or survival checks to find the target.
So you have an instinctive feeling that draws you towards him. So it's not like you have a glowing outline telling you where he is.
It's not a fairy fire.
Yeah. And it's not, I mean, I'm not even talking about Fairy Fire. I'm talking about like a Hitman game where you're like, okay, I've seen the target before. Now I can track it through walls.
Or like one of those Oblivion games where like you can sense life and you can just see
Yes,
like a cloud of vision of things.
No, but instead you're like, okay, I got the smell, I got the taste, I got the sound. I know how this guy walks.
Yeah.
You are being drawn like almost like a magnet towards him if you want to.
Yeah. Well, like when it's like maybe 20 minutes or like I'll wait a little bit and then just tell the party like I'll meet you guys later.
Yep. It's fine.
And then I'm going to go have a captive audience with this.
It's like when we escorted the one guy and he had to listen to fucking Kelly's sermon the whole way.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't, like that captive audience thing, that sounds like something that 2 dwarfs would say when they're getting drunk. Oh, I had him as a captive audience. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yes, that is what I think dwarven conversations would be like.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, you're going to attempt to find the outside of his prison cell and talk to him through a wall. You're going to try to break into the local garrison.
Is it like, where do they keep these kind of people? Is it
Well,
like
let's make a survival check to see if you can track him to start with.
survival?
At advantage.
Is it survival or perception or one? Or
It's-
Wisdom
it's-
perception or wisdom survival.
Yeah, so because you might have proficiency in one but not the other.
yeah, I've got with perception in or
Survival.
proficiency in.
Should have proficiency in survival checks, shouldn't you? Being a ranger.
No, I didn't take that.
Oh, that's right. It's not a default. You're right.
That's why we had you make all the survival checks.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yep.
I just thought I had more points in wisdom than you did.
You probably do. I've only got 10.
Yeah, I've got like 14, whatever. But yeah,
Anyway, here's perception. 18.
that's not bad.
I mean, you still have it with advantage
Oh, 21.
Oh, yeah,
then.
it's- yeah,
because of
21.
Hunter's Mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 21. You pick up signs of his passing. You continue to follow your instincts. And
It's probably like I'm like smoking my pipe and puffs of smoke when they drift a certain way. I go that way.
blending your ranger and warlock power, as I see. So dangerous.
Yeah.
It works out for you. You know, you follow the wind and you find yourself outside of Count Bondarok's fortress mansion, where all of his troops are stationed. And, you know, you can hear the guy howling in his cell at some point, and it becomes very easy to find him from there. So, I mean, this is a government building. You probably wouldn't be able to get inside, given that you dress like a adventurer. But you could certainly follow along the outside of it and find the, you know, outside of his cell. Or you could try to sneak in.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, make a stealth check. Well, let me ask, what's your point of entry here, right? Like, so we're talking a compound inside of the middle of a city with a wall. I mean, it's not like a tall wall, right? But the wall is built into the building. So the prison cells on this wing are literally the wall with things in it. And I'd say it's probably like 11 feet tall, crenellations. It's wide enough someone could walk along the top and like look down onto the streets outside. Very Assassin's Creed-y. And then the inside of the area is like a training ground where they can assemble troops and train them and keep an eye on the prisoners throughout the day.
So what you're saying is the athletic check.
Do you feel like that's the best way to get in, I will allow you to do so.
Do you have a grapple and rope?
I mean, if you have a grapple and rope, you can just bypass the check altogether and just yank yourself up, no problem.
I don't, unless a dungeoneering kit.
No, it has pittons. It doesn't have a grapple.
I
You'd
have
have to hammer those into the wall.
I have Explorer's Pack. Does that have rope and grappling hook?
It has rope. None of them. None of
I
them
don't
start.
think anything have a grappling hook yet.
No.
Go ahead and make your check as you try to, I guess, run up the side of the wall. And
Well, here's the thing. Is stealth, I have proficiency in both.
I mean,
My
you'll have to
stealth is
make
better
both
than-
of these. You have to make both of these checks
Okay.
at some point. Yeah.
Fine.
So the question is, can you get up the side of the wall? Let's start with that.
Let's see. 22.
Yes.
Yep.
Next, let's talk about, can you do so in a way that doesn't immediately make people in the street go, "Hey, he's breaking into the Count's mansion."
Let's find out. Yep.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So it's super casual. You're like walking along the wall, then you pick up speed and you just wall run at some point. Maybe you like throw the rope up, catch it on a crenellation, and just like swing yourself upwardly.
It's like the
pull rope.
swing run. So I'm like holding onto the rope, but I'm also running against the wall.
Yeah, exactly. It's very wuxia.
Yeah.
You feel great cultivation in the process. You get to the top, you pull yourself
Crouching
up.
Tiger, Hidden Daka.
A guy comes by with a lantern and is like, "What was that?" And he like turns and
Must be the wind.
the camera is sure that we're gonna catch you there, and there's nothing there. And then like the camera cuts down through the floor, and you're hanging on the floorboards upside down, just like you were when you were with the wagon, tied with the rope again, just like the wagon. And the guard goes, "Must be the wind." He turns away, and you drop down into the center training area, completely unnoticed by anyone.
From the guard's point of view, there's just the faintest wisp of purple smoke going out of his line of sight.
Yeah.
I must be
Okay.
seeing things.
Like a faint hint of like juniper berry or whatever.
Guess I'll have to stop drinking on the job.
So I'm gonna go find the dude in the cell.
Yeah, you find the cultist. He's been chained to the wall. It looks like he's trying to sleep against the wall.
I let him sleep.
Okay.
Come up quietly.
I mean, his cell is still closed, so I mean, you'll have to like open
Yeah,
it.
is there's like bar or like
Yep,
iron
yeah.
rock bars?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna take out a little pouch full of like the hash and like kind of like begin to smoke it so it's smoldering,
Okay.
and then toss the packet in and have. I'm gonna call the mask to go into his dream.
Oh my god. Make an Arcana check. You are
gonna see if I
deep
can
in
do this.
some dark bargains right now.
Oh, God,
Yeah, the mask on a 4, the mask will draw both of you into his dream.
sure.
So both of you end up in the middle of a wild forest. Everything in every direction. Instead of blue smoke, the smoke is green. Everything here smells alien to you. It's like your brief time on the Fey Plane when you went into the Blink Dogs temple and you dropped down into the infinite darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Shit it's disgusting and yet also like super sweet. It's so weird. Everything around you is Fey. And the man is just like, you! And his voice like echoes in the distance. You. Why have you brought me here? Here.
You need to talk to someone.
That's super clear. Daka broke into a prison. Then he decided to drug himself and lay down in front of a prison cell so he could have a counseling session.
To be fair, he wasn't trying to drug himself, right?
No, I was trying to be
He's trying to drug the other guy.
and then get out.
That is the problem of a failure.
Well, the problem is, he looks.
Sometimes you get exactly what you asked for.
I'm gonna turn around and look around for the mask.
There's no mask here.
Then I'll reach up and grab my face.
Oh god, are you pulling it off again?
I guess so.
All right, it's intensely painful, but you do manage to pull your face off, and he's just, "What are you doing?" And then there's
and
a
like
mask.
in my face, in my hand is the mask.
When you pull your face off, yeah.
I just kind of like my body goes rigid, and then I hold the mask up to his face.
He's like, no, what are you doing? He starts like trying to run from you, fleeing into the forest mists.
Isn't
would
he
be-
like still? He's like still chained. He's like
No, I
The
mean,
chains
both of
are-
you are completely unchained in the middle of a forest now.
It would be incredibly painful for you.
Yeah, he's trying to run away from you. And you were just like, here, I ripped my face off. Want to wear it?
I thought he was still.
I got you a
Bound.
present,
I thought he was still bound.
but
He's
you're
not.
you're in a weird like.
You were drawn into
Yeah.
the dream of your patron, not the other way around.
Preaching's weird.
Yes.
Do I still have Hunter's mark on him?
Yes, you do.
So can I just like appear around him?
Yeah. I mean, it's a dream. If you want to appear around him, you can.
Yeah.
You just appear in front of
wherever-
him. You just walk
Wherever
in
he
the-
runs, I'm there
He's just
with like the,
ah!
with
He
the
like
mask
turns
in my
around and
hand.
runs, and you're just like there. He's like ah!
I keep doing that until like either gets scared and like goes fetal position or like just stops.
All right, yeah. You eventually get him down on one knee, and you over his face. He
It's like when he's finally tired, I'm like, "Do you relent now?"
he stands up and says, "So you have offered this one to me.
Yes.
I will take him for you."
Consider it my first act back in the roster. Like slam the mask into the guy's face.
You wake up suddenly. You're lying down in front of the prison cell, and instead of the man being chained there are simply flowers and vines wrapped throughout the chains. He's gone. And there is but a simple white painted mask on the floor.
Oh. Do I know to leave that there or do I pick it up with me when
I mean,
go?
you're on the other side of the prison cell, so
Okay, so I can't even reach it. I
That's
could
correct.
mage hand it over to me, but
You could.
Do it.
Spootnik's just like, do it. They'll be super
Do
confused.
it.
Do it.
yeah, I'll mage hand it.
Okay. You reach out with
But
your force powers.
I'm not gonna bring it to me. I'm gonna hang it upon the fronds.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, it takes a few tries to like get it wedged in there, but yeah. Eventually you got it. It looks fucking creepy.
And then I fucking leave.
All right. You're back up over the side. No one sees you. You rejoin your party inside the crystal dagger.
Yep.
All right. For the rest of you, Lainey looks exactly the same as she always has because she's a dwarf and she ages super slowly. She's just like, oh, welcome to the crystal dagger. I'm Lainey. You looking for rooms?
Yes, that'd be great.
Oh, okay. All right. What about Beth's?
Yes, I would adore a bath. Thank you.
And it's a bit late, but I believe that I could offer you some, food. Do you like pottage?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Excellent, because that's what we got.
I'm so hungry I could eat anything.
Is there anybody who actually doesn't know what pottage is?
I thought it was just like an accented porridge.
Pottage is literally
stew.
like any thing just like cooked in little. It's like a clay pot. I mean, you can put whatever you wanted in there.
No, pottage
Duck-
is boiling vegetables. So
Yeah, but some people throw meat and
It's
stuff
stew.
in there too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's stew.
Daka is so hungry. So hungry.
Daga bursts in the door when she starts talking about pottage, and he's like, I'm so hungry. And she's like, well, you look a bit famished. I suppose I could go boil some eggs if you need something
The
additional.
weird ones with us, he'll have some pottage as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you're looking for 4 different rooms?
Yeah, I will need a separate room.
Yeah, I'll have my own.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, and 4 bowls of pottage, some boiled eggs, and I'm assuming all of you would like some mugs of ale?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Maybe more than one mug?
Hmm.
We'll
I
see how
have
the night
2
goes.
hands.
That would be a yes.
She goes behind the bar and pulls out a, what do you call them there? Abacus, and does the adds up, and she says, that'll be 5 silver pieces.
Yeah, we can pay that.
All right, and if you'd like another gallon of ale, that's 2 silver pieces for everyone.
All right.
Okay, I'll go get those eggs on the pot. She leaves you each out a ladle so that you can pull out a thing of pottage from the, stew bowl.
Aged pot?
Not that kind of pot.
Not that kind of pot. Yeah.
That's okay. I'm hungry. I don't
I
want
brought my own.
Yeah.
Explains why he's hungry.
After about 10 minutes, she comes back in with boiled eggs and 4 mugs of cold ale.
Ooh.
And more importantly, you haven't seen this before, ice cubes in that ale. Keep it super cold.
Interesting.
All right.
Cool. That's crazy. This is a new thing to us, right?
Yes.
I'd be like, I'll pick one out of the drink.
It's
I'm like,
cold.
what is this?
That would be ice.
Cubed ice. It's a dwarven invention over the last few years. They've been releasing it here. It's packed in straw.
So that crazy son of a bitch managed to do it. Well, I'll be damned.
So it'd seem.
Apologies.
Took it.
I thought
Took him long enough. He's working on that 200 years.
it was glass or salt or something, and I'll drop it back in my drink.
It's just very cold water.
Yeah, just you never seen a wizard turn something into ice? It's like that. It's just, portable.
That was that one time that we all. Never mind.
Yeah, like that, but smaller. But with science instead of magic.
Well, I hear it was invented by a dwarf called the Count of Gargoyles. Weird man if there ever was one.
Well, most of the dwarven inventors are weird as hell. I've met a couple. I wouldn't want to meet them again. My uncle was one.
So are you adventurers?
Yeah, we just came up here from Fleming. Just reconnected with the Adventurers Guild. We've been a little bit of a a vacation.
Well, if you're looking for a vacation, I've
We
heard
just
rumors.
came back from one.
Ah, my
We're
apologies.
headed back to work. We're just spending the night, having a nice drink before we get back to it.
There's a half elven character that needs to be taken care of, I hear.
Oh, so you're one of those.
We need the money. We just started back.
Well,
Yeah, things have gotten crazy up north since we've been gone.
so she puts her elbows on the bar and says, if you're looking to, kill half elven, I've heard rumors of another job far to the west.
I don't think we've ever been west.
Aye, perhaps not. In the halfling town of Spacklezook, they're having a bit of a problem that they're looking for unbonded adventurers
I'm just gonna give Finley a look of what the fuck have your people done?
under the
Oh,
table.
no.
Who the fuck names a city Spackles here? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, we are graded by the guild, but they seem to have lost our records.
We're free to take on whatever work we see fit. We are
Free agents, apparently.
free agents.
Well, what I'm saying is whether you work for the guild or not, this would not be a guild contract.
Well, it doesn't matter either way now, does it?
It's been passing by rumor of a rumor. Got here eventually. No one's been able to finish it, though. Apparently, there's a clan of gnomish were-rats that have been
Just
taken
give-
up in the sewers of Spacklezook.
Just look at
Crime
Finley.
family. All who oppose them are added to their ranks.
Just look at Doc. I understand the owlbear thing. What the fuck with the were-rat?
The guild fathers of
I've seen were
Spacklezook.
chickens. I wouldn't be surprised if there's were rats.
That's right. You did come across were chickens.
He's just like looking at you guys that wear chickens.
Yeah, they turn you to stone. Snakes for tails.
You mean cockatrice?
Were chickens, yeah.
The
Same thing.
cockatrice. They're pretty common in the southeast.
Oh yeah, we know. Had a patrol down in the ruins for the guild. That was the whole thing. Stupid cockatrice, I guess. Those things are annoying. Packs them.
I usually get the other kind of stoned, but I like hold up my pipe. Like this time was a little bit different.
She gives you a pity laugh. 100%.
I'll take it. Doc will take it.
Trust me, I also will take that, by the way. Anytime anyone wants to laugh at my jokes.
There you go. Maybe after this half elven business, we'll head west then.
All right, well, let's make sure we spend our money first so we ain't got none for them to try and pickpocket.
True. I don't know how long we'll be waiting for news on our other objectives.
I want to remind you that you guys haven't officially taken that contract yet.
Yeah,
I would
no,
hate
no.
for you to go out, kill him, and come back to the guild and be like, you never signed up for that.
But we need to.
Yeah, you
I
left
would like to sign up to kill half elven. All right, you're signed up. Here's his head. Money, please. He tried to rob me. It was self-defense.
That would
It's like a quest in one of kind of the jankier RPGs. You finish the quest before you get it, and it won't let you hand it in.
yeah, they're like 5 wolf teeth, and you're like, I already gathered those like 30 hours ago. I'm good.
Quest accepted.
No.
Quest completed.
These
Uh,
5
tell him-
specific wolf teeth.
We kill him because the game allows it, but the ring that you need for identification doesn't spawn on him until you take the quest.
Because he's not flagged as an essential
Now that-
NPC.
That, Dave,
So-
sounds like game developer problems right there.
Flags, man. Fucking.
And we've never been west, so there might be rumors of another.
She's like, oh, you've never been west. Well, I have to tell you. I know that the cooking scene's been blooming down there in Flemia, but you can find some really great food out west.
Some
Not
nice
as good as
herb.
being in dwarven lands, but
Friendly, what do your people know about making brisket?
We know to
Finley's just-
smoke it for a long time.
Finley's just like, I've never talked about my past ever, and I don't intend to start now.
I was really hoping that as a halfling he would say low and slow, but
I missed
he
that.
missed it, man. I was setting him up.
I missed it.
We get to like the biggest town in the flow, the clans of the flow, and it's like long bottomia. Like what?
Sorry, the Cleanse of the Flow is all the way up north, and
that's the Elven thing.
it's Orcish lands.
Oh, I
Or is
thought.
it? I thought it was the.
West is the Seaborn folk, which is where the gnomes and halflings have.
Oh, this is to the clans of the flow. I thought that
Yes.
was like labeling this land, this
No.
place. Okay.
Nope.
But we've never been west at all, so
Yeah.
Spacklesook. I can't take that name seriously. Burngather, okay, I guess, you know, if they're in a delta, I get that. But Spacklesook, what the
it's better than Hasselhoff Fishman.
Don't make fun of my hometown's name.
Oh shit! Look at that name drop right there. Hometown.
I mean, what?
We're going west. Road trip.
So, like any dutiful innkeeper, she says, "Well, if you're looking to get to the west faster, the two best ways would be to either, strangely, head east through Dwarven lands, head out through the Sunpath Empire and catch a boat, or, if you're feeling adventurous and you're willing to brave maybe Solvin Black's forces, you could head to the Western Keep, catch one of the sail carts there."
Is this sail cart? I'm imagining something with wheels and a sail on it that just goes across. Is it exactly what I'm thinking of, or am I just going to be let down when you explain it?
That is exactly what it is, but the sail is very large, and so is the cart.
That sounds kick ass.
I've traveled on one a few times. Very fast.
Well, now I'm interested.
Great.
It can be dangerous, and sometimes the wind stops blowing.
Does that sound good to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a good plan, I think.
So she's like, well, don't let me stop you from killing Half-Elven if that's your objective.
Oh, that's first on the list, and then we're.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, honestly, I'd rather you wouldn't kill him, but
Well, what's your opinion on this issue? We've been away
on
for
this
some-
issue, well, I gotta tell you, he broke away about 8 years now. Formed that Freehold militia. I mean, there's always been a Freehold militia, but he took it over. Made it a very anti-Magnar. He used to come by and bless all the crops. We would have much more food. Much more food. It's been harder times now. Really, we've had to rely on taxing Flemia. Some have said too much, but we've had to tax Flemia much harder than we have in the past because there's some less food available. Druid
Yes.
blessing the land and helping control the animal populations. That's something we could use again.
But what's this here about him recruiting like bugbears and kobolds and shit?
Well, there's always been loose, we'll call them monsterkin.
Yeah, but in like large numbers, like actually making them like cohorts of his forces and such. Like that's I got a particular.
There's always
bone to
been
pick.
monsters like that wandering around here in small numbers, but
Not organized
rather than
like
letting
that, though, right?
adventurers kill them, he's been gathering them up, and they've been not dying, and now there's more and more of them.
Had some experience.
I've met some unobjectionable bugbears before. I'd serve them at my inn.
I played cards one once. I mean, you get a fair point, but those are more often than not the outliers. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree, but I'm an innkeeper.
There's a couple of them up in the some of the northwestern Dwarven lands up in the mountains that like to prey on the merchant caravans. I'm not a fan, but
Well, bandits are bandits. I believe that everyone
This
should
is
be
true.
judged by their actions rather than by their race. You don't pick what your race is. She says to 4 people who picked what their race is.
I'd have
And
the
to
opportunity.
Dave, who picked
do
his
it
race
again.
twice.
Dave fixes his stuff.
You don't pick your race, but you do pick your actions and what you do. That's what I think, anyway. But what do I know? I'm just a dwarven bartender in human lands.
Fucking humans, am I right? I mean, some are okay, but some of
She
them
looks
are
around the
just
bar to make
assholes.
sure no one else is there, and then says, "Fucking humans."
Everybody just
Fucking humans.
She pours out 4 shots of clear alcohol for each of you.
oh fuck yes, I'm all about this.
You seem like right proper folks.
Well, we do what we can.
Well, I'm
Just trying
sorry
to
that
make
you
a
feel
living.
that you need to have to kill a half elven.
Well, got to put food on the table one way or the other. I mean,
I don't disagree. I just hope for a day when we have another druid to take his place.
I'm sure somebody will come along.
There was another druid we knew before. I don't know where they are, but
Who else is doing a shot with me?
Oh, I'm
I
doing
will.
it.
Just pick it up, just skull, and then
I
just
want to be
throw it
super
back.
clear. This is the only stream where I can talk about drinking. On every other one of my shows, there are people that have never drunk before in their life, and everyone else are people that are like, I don't drink anymore.
I try not to. I don't drink a ton. I drink on this show and I drink on Fridays.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not saying you guys are alcoholics. I'm
no,
just
I'm
saying
just
this
saying
is the
I used
only
to
show
not even really drink
I
as much.
can talk about alcohol.
I didn't drink as much until I got into whiskey, and then I started drinking a lot more.
I'm on a diet, so I don't drink during the week anymore.
I just can't drink as much
During the
beer.
week.
It's really
You're like,
it's just
that's
the
why I
beer that
drink
gets you, man.
5 times as much on the weekends.
That's right.
I'm a musician and I buy food instead of alcohol mostly.
Well, see, you see, Drumurboy, I avoid food because it's terrible for me, and I buy alcohol instead. So I have the complete opposite problem.
Beer is liquid bread. It's good
Well,
for you.
you're trying to preserve yourself, so you know, pickling.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you're a beer guy, Spoot. So that's yeah, I get you every time.
Mm,
Well, you're more of a beer guy.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess we spend the night. Do I get visited by our new friend?
Oh, yeah. Like after about
Yeah.
2 hours, he shows
Sweet.
up and has asked for you.
Kelly, you must have break him. Put him in his place.
So my attempt here, Arthur, is to do bed pillow talk. That's what it's called with this dude, so that I can find out information about basically what's going on. Like you know, with the how come someone of his, I guess, skill level hasn't attempted to end this war per se. And all that
Different version of captive audience, I suppose.
You could say that. Yeah.
Whole new meaning of balls and a vice.
Okay. Let's
Whoa.
make a persuasion check then.
Okay. With advantage?
No. What'd you get?
Hey,
He's probably asleep already.
No, but he's very cagey about talking shop, right? Like, this guy wants to kill Half Elven and doesn't want to let you get there first. You try to get it out of him, and he's no go.
okay. Okay, well, that's fine. So we just spend the time and yeah. Basically, if he's not interested in conversing, I'm just like, okay, it's time for you to leave.
You boot his ass out of bed. Ruthless.
I like New Kelly.
Well,
Let's
shame,
pretend
Chad.
it's more than it is. Okay.
Henley's like,
You
what
just-
if I was female and a dragonborn? How would I do things?
Yeah.
Tell me what I
exactly.
want to know, or get out of the fucking sack.
What was his name again?
The Thresher of Bones.
The Thresher of Shame right now.
No, or in in the what's it orchestra? Chadwick.
Yeah.
Look, not everyone
so-
can be a gentleman like my boy Nom Nom, Prince of the Orcs.
Look,
Oh,
man,
I
don't
miss
you talk
Nom
shit
Nom.
about Nom Nom, right? Nom Nom was awesome.
Nom Nom was an orc fighter, monk, cleric combo.
Wow.
Dude,
One
Nom Nom
more,
was
one
awesome.
more time, Lords. We're gonna get Nom Nom and Baba to be best friends.
Nom Nom would, yeah, I could see
It's
that.
like Fire Emblem. You changed Nom Nom's class to
Yeah.
the Elephant Rider.
Yep.
It's one step down from Wyvern Rider, but you got to work to get that one.
So I guess we take this guild quest for killing.
So yeah, I'm down for taking the quest for killing a guy.
And it's 1,000 gold.
You are 4D ranks, so you are qualified to take a C rank quest, and you're asked to provide, of course, who will your manager.
I'll do it.
So
Yeah.
just to be clear, your duties are to keep records of everything that happens, to set watch, make sure everyone has clean clothes and food.
Doc will do it. Because he's already writing a record.
I just like puff. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
All right, I go and I'm like, oh wait, I drink a lot. You should probably do this actually.
I look at you with like the hash and like my pupils dilated. I'm like,
Yeah, but I drank way more than you smoke, which is saying a lot considering how much you fucking smoke.
Doc's like, yeah, man, that makes sense, man.
and we need someone to look out for my rug. I mean, the party.
Celestine is just like, would you like to have any hirelings?
Us-
No, I just look at Failing and just like, I think we'll be good.
All right. I guess we can do some work.
Flashbacks to the singing children annoying the shit out of Agrin. No, we'll be good. We can always make the halfling carry some stuff.
Yeah.
So at this point, Arthur comes downstairs and says, the 4 of you, come with me.
Oh, shit.
Everybody in the inn is like, as the whole adventuring guild is just like, you guys keep walking in and getting the guildmaster's attention.
Is Chad here?
The Thresher of Bones is here. His name is not Chad.
You said it was Chadwick in Orchestra or whatever.
I said that sarcastically.
In a
Oh, well,
side
I mean, we made Yeet canon. Why can't Chadwick be canon?
Daka very directly side eyes Chad when we go past.
All right. He openly looks at you with awe and disdain.
I just give him a look of.
I throw the one sock you left behind at him.
I don't know why you think he'd be ashamed of this. I mean,
Man, dude, that hits. I've got socks of my ex still in my drawer. It hits real close to home.
You all head upstairs, and he says, in my office is the Master of Masters. Been looking forward to talking to you for some time.
That's some anime ass name shit. Let's go. The Master of Masters.
What the fuck is anime?
So he stops you and he's like, I mean, the guild master of the adventuring guild. He's the leader of the...
I thought you were the.
I'm the leader of this guild.
Yeah,
He's the leader of
he
all
said
of
he
the
was going to
guilds.
send off to get the Magnar to get the records.
Okay, so I guess we'll head up.
Yeah,
Remember
sure.
to be
Yeah,
polite. Don't bring shame on my guild.
we're always polite.
I will refrain from calling him an asshole. You have my word.
For the first time in a long time, maybe Kelly would notice us more than the others, but Daka puts his pipe away.
That's how you know shit's got real.
You know, like, oh, formal shit. Like he didn't have his pipe when addressing the Rose of Magnar either, so he's like, okay.
This guy's gonna, it's involved with us making money. So it's real shit.
So you open the door. Inside is a elvish man. His ears have been prominently, like his hair is tucked behind them in order to make them more visible. He wears a circlet, a silver circlet with a single gem, a ruby in the center.
Oh, sorry.
He's got like glowing green eyes. Like when his head moves, they leave like a trail behind them. Everything else about him is completely like bleached white. Simple robe, pale skin, pale hair. He says, "Come in, close the door."
Does he look at all similar to like the weird wizard desert or the desert wizards that we've come across?
I mean, he looks old and elven. He looks kind of like Acheron Silverblade. Just like an old version of that guy.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, so I come in, curtsy, and introduce myself and my
says-
companion.
No need to curtsy before me. Close the door.
Okay.
So he stands
Door-
up from behind the desk and moves to stand before the four of you, and then kneels down before Finley and says, My lord, I have been waiting 87 years for your arrival.
My arrival?
Yes. I
Well,
have
thanks for
created the
waiting.
Adventuring Guild specifically for you, my lord.
Really?
My name is Ruinar Raholin. Many
gonna have to-
hundreds of years ago, I was delving into elven ruins to find the lost history of my people. May I raise my head?
can you post that name in chat, by the way?
I can.
I'll say, I'm going to call him Rudy.
Whatever you wish, my lord. So he asked you if he could raise his head, but you've ignored
Oh,
that.
sure.
So he keeps his head back.
Raise your
So
head.
he, he's
Sorry.
like 3 point,
I'm just so taken aback.
2 knees and 1 hand on the floor.
He's prostrating or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I fell through a floor and ended up in an entirely different civilization's ruins, an ancient and terrifying civilization of great power, which wield magic unknown to me. In it I found, speaking of prophecies, which I have decoded, 4 godlings that would travel into the future and help free all mortal kind from some sort of terrible curse. I knew that one of them would be named Linley Flogbottom, and I waited for your arrival for many years. You were
I'm here.
prophesied to arrive 87 years ago, during the time of the rise of Stalvin Black. But I have kept the faith all this time, my lord. You have been expected.
Well, thank you for waiting.
I am pleased to know that you are glad, great godkin.
I'm very glad, and I'm sorry. I don't know how to react. Normally, people are yelling at me or making fun of me.
Would you like to have those people eliminated?
Oh no. I'm saying because like the other party members can hear me. I'm like, yes. No need for eliminations.
Is this about the growth potion?
That's definitely about the growth potion.
You mentioned you fell into a well. I like pull out the book that I've got.
I fell
like,
in a
lick the
ruin.
pen.
The floor gave out, and took minutes of falling.
Interesting. Was
It's
this
deep within the earth?
Was this in the Sunpath Empire by chance?
No, it was far north, in the northern ends of the Elven lands.
Interesting. And this language that you read,
It has taken me 200 years to decipher it. Ancient code.
And what does the code say?
Well, it told
Arch
me that
nuts.
it told me that 4 of a dead god's kin would travel into the future and make a decision that would save all of mortal kind from some great and terrible curse. Or I'm pretty sure that's what it. I mean, it's very difficult to decipher the language without a key. I've had to make some inferences, but that one of them would be named Linley Flogbottom. I prepared guild records for you, and I sent off a message saying that whenever you were discovered that I should be contacted as soon as possible. That didn't happen. I don't know how that got lost, but when Arthand contacted the other guild masters about information, it sent a warning to me.
It would fucking remember him, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be any of us. It would be him.
Well, now, where are these records?
I can take you to them immediately.
I mean, I think there might be useful information in there, right?
We shall return to the central tower then.
Okay.
Maybe there's
Very
something that we
solid.
know that might be able to help you decode all of it. Make sure, maybe. Right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Is that the right
No,
thing to say? I feel weird. I feel weird being helpful for once. It didn't involve shooting something in the face.
You guys are in the second floor upstairs area, and he says, may I rise, my lords?
Oh, yes.
Of course.
Stand up. Don't.
I will take you, then, to the central tower immediately. And he, like, goes past you and says, Arthur, prepare the chamber. And Arthur's just like, at once, master. And they lead you through a door. The door is mithril, and it looks like the whole room has been lined with mithril. And there is a weird sigilry set into the floor, and various arcane runes. And he stands in the middle of it and says, come now, enter the teleportation circle.
All right,
Okay.
I
Step in and like, do you want a spliff?
I've never heard of one of these. Never got to use a teleportarium before. This is gonna be good, boys.
So he's just like,
I
I will activate.
suggest holding your breath.
I will activate the sequence now. And he taps a staff that appears in his hand against the floor. All the runes begin to glow, and then it looks like nothing's happened, except some of the runes on the floor have changed. And he says, we've arrived. We're in Magna now.
Oh, that's
That
That's
wasn't so
useful.
bad.
So he opens the door, and what was outside before is completely different. You're like on top of a tower right now that's hundreds of feet tall, and you can see down into various parts of Magnar. And he says, this is the central tower from where all adventuring guild business is performed. This top floor is my personal reclusion. I have created teleportium circles to all of the guilds around the world.
No shit.
That would be very helpful to us in our quest.
I suspect it would. Please come with me, and I will explain the Adventuring Guild further while I search for my records.
Before you go any deeper into that, the information that we requested of Arthur, do you happen to have that?
This is now Morrowind.
There is rumors of the crystal that you speak of. I have heard that somewhere in Ferngather such a crystal might exist, guarded by the druids. But more accurately, information has been found to confirm that such a thing definitely exists in the Drow caverns beneath the caldera.
Agrim is visually pissed off now at just the mention of Drow.
More than usual.
No, yeah, definitely more than usual.
Okay.
Where is that? Oh, the caldera. It's up the top there. I see.
It's the Elvenlands, yeah. I have on reliable source that a red dragon guards the crystal. I
Have
know
you
a bit about elven lands that others might not know, and the Drow apparently worship the creature and bring it tribute on a regular basis in exchange for its protection. It is one of the 10 great worms that defend this land.
They would, the stupid fucks.
So he stops, and you can see he's about to correct you, and then he says, whatever you say, my lord, you are the god here.
I fought a bunch of them underground. They latch on to like one leader and then just do whatever they say, regardless of how detrimental it is to them as, a race. They're just not all that.
I believe that what you think of the Drow may not be entirely accurate to all Drow society.
Yeah, close enough.
I will not deny that evil Drow have certainly beset the Dwarven people before, but many Elven choose to become Drow by spending time underground, and they're just simply elves with deep tans and are bothered by the sun. Well, so he's been leading you down a staircase into a giant library with a bed in the middle of the room. My personal chamber, of course. Allow me to pull out some records. Now, the Adventuring Guild itself is a secret society which I have formed to wait for your arrival. I have gotten the cooperation of almost every major government in the entire world over the span of my life, and I've been gathering orphans, training them to be completely loyal to the guild in every way. We've amassed a great fortune in both information, magical items, blackmail, completely loyal army. Everything
quite
you need is
impressive.
now at your disposal, great gods. So he pulls out a record and says, here are the rubbings that I have taken. And so he takes out this book is like 4 foot long and like 5 feet wide, and just like these huge rubbings of again, he has to pull them out of the book and assemble them into like an entire wall.
Okay. So a couple languages I can speak here.
You don't speak this language.
What
But
language
is
is
there
it?
anything close to it, is what I'm saying.
No, but you can attempt to make an inference with some sort of intelligence check or an insight check.
I can probably do insight because that's a skill I'm proficient in.
Sure.
I'll do that. 17.
So he's made annotations, and you put things together pretty quickly. You're a scholar. He may have made several mistakes during the translation, but this is definitely
I eagerly point them out to him. like to the point where I'm just like super excited to be like looking over this guy's work. Then I'm just like, oh, that's clearly a mistake there, but that's okay. I understand why you would make something like that. I mean, given your circumstances and the fact that you were probably
circumstances. You know how mortal you are. I wonder what it must be like to die.
We know what it's like to die. We just come back. The dying part still happens.
What is written here is not like a religious prophecy like this guy's been laying off. This is like a government document indicating that this is a facility wherein preparations are being made to send agents forward, great holy warriors of God, in order to prevent the end of all time. And the name Lindley Flogbottom is 100% there, written in common.
So would you say it's time for a crusade?
Yeah, I turn to the scholar and I'm like, Runar, is that his name?
Yeah, Runar Raholan.
I turn to Runar and I was like, it's very important that you point us in the direction of where you found these drawings.
I found them, as I mentioned, in ruins on the north side of the caldera. If you seek the crystal, you can find it on the way there.
All right.
Is that all the information this mural had?
I believe so, but I was injured when I fell down there, delirious, and I had been inflicted by a terrible disease. I attempted to flee as soon as I had gathered the information when I heard something approaching that I could not identify.
So I'll go walk over to the thing and use a thing he's never used before.
Comprehend languages.
Yep.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
a good one.
You understand everything written on this document.
It takes me a minute to read a
Nice.
page of text, though, so it's like
Oh,
an
I know.
hour-long spell.
I have this in my other warlock. It's good.
Looking for any specifics, anything more detailed.
It's not that there's anything more specific, but you fill in the blanks, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you understand everything about these pages. Kelly was making inferences, and you're able to confirm everything about it.
Yeah. I'll be like one-on-oneing with Kelly, be like, you're right about this, you're right about this, here's more about this, you're right about this.
Well,
That makes
actually, Kelly,
But I mean, I was saying that was more like a umlaut, but that totally makes sense the way that you're looking at it. Oh,
My eyes are like dripping purple smoke, by the way.
So
yeah,
all
I don't pay any attention to that whatsoever. I'm just fully. It's like, and then I'm just like, I snap out of it a little bit. It's like, wait, did you mention relics?
yes, I have several magical items.
Sarkor.
Like
Anything.
big saucer eyeballs, Arthur. Yeah. And I'm just like, I must see them.
Is there anything that you prefer? We have dozens of we are a adventuring guild.
I sort of look around. I'm just like, I mean, I like pull out the book and I slam it on the table, and I'm just like, I have been taking so many notes about legends and missing artifacts and things of lore that people have said to have come and gone over the past 90 odd so years.
I like the ones you can use for initiating acts of extreme violence. Weapons, I mean weapons.
If you have to be pragmatic about it, armor, anything that we can essentially attune to ourselves is incredibly useful.
Yeah. I'll like walk over to Kelly because I don't think I can talk about this freely in front of this dude. And like, Sarkor. Ask him about Sarkor.
So Daka, there is one thing in the document that Kelly never picked up on because, of course, Kelly doesn't speak the language.
Right.
All four of your names are listed in this document.
Is there a fifth?
There is not a fifth.
Ah.
But
is it scratched out?
No, there's no fifth.
Oh, fuck.
All four of your names are listed as identities that that have been crafted for you as holy warriors to take up and use in the future times.
My God.
So this is like a capsule. They're like this whole plan, that wherever he got this from, their job here was to encapsulate your minds, implant the false memories that would allow you to survive in the future.
Right.
And you know, this is not a complete taking. Like, whatever he got this one was damaged. And so, not in the language that your people spoke, but in the future language of Common, Linley Flogbottom is the first one listed. Each of you was supposed to have a different alias, apparently. The names that you believe that you have are the names that you had in the past when you lived back then.
Interesting.
Okay. So I actually do ask the guy about the Sarkor.
We have not been able to acquire any Sarkor. They are extremely rare, and governments have been jealously guarding their use. Any single one of them might be capable of turning the entire world.
I see.
How old did you say you believe this place to be? Just ancient?
Which
No
place?
numbers? The place where you got this rubbing.
I believe it predates the existence of elves. An entire elven city was built atop of it, and none of the elves ever found it.
We were looking for information about this stuff from elves this whole time. Interesting. I'll turn to the others though and be like, all of our names are here. There's no fifth.
Why do we keep hearing about a fifth? Makes no sense. Something's missing.
Are you talking about your sister?
Whose sister?
Your sister.
My sister?
Yes, I mean the fifth child of the god. The lady, the god of death.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's who it is. Okay, it makes a whole lot more sense now.
Well, where does she come into play in all this?
I'm afraid that I'm not an adherent of hers.
So
Is,
Kelly will
evil.
deepen her voice and be like, in the words of former Kelly, let me just say that it was the remainder of the corpse of the original god. If you recall that story, I'm sure you do. I'm sure Kelly gave it to you as much as he has told us over the period of time.
There's an embellished version, but you've heard that one. That might make things more challenging because we have to be together in order to do what we need to do.
So he's kind of nodding and just, going through paperwork, and says, if you'll just give me a few minutes, I can collect all of the attunable magical items that we have immediately available for you.
Yes,
That'd be
please.
fantastic.
Yes, please.
Then he turns to look at the camera and says, we'll be back next week then.
Friggin' wizards and their fourth wall breaking abilities.
Everyone in the audience takes 1d4 damage from the
I have to
fourth
tell
wall.
you, he's not a wizard, he's a bard. So much
Of
worse.
Of course he is.
He fairy fires the entire audience, and everyone has disadvantage on their attacks against us.
Well, week 2 of no experience. We're so close.
I mean,
We've gotten longer without getting XP, I want to say, right?
I
We
reckon
had like
the
a-
first couple of episodes were probably some of the longest times we didn't have.
Well, we had like a 3-week stint at one point, 3 or 4 weeks,
Yeah.
because it was all stuff we'd done before
look,
or whatever.
what's important to you? Killing things and leveling up, or finding out your place in the world and how this story works?
Personally,
Why
finding
not
out-
both?
personally finding out what the hell is happening in the story. D&D cares only about experience and killing shit.
All right, Adam Coble, calm down.
It's true. Look, we haven't got experience in 2 weeks and we found out so much.
But you don't need better killing ability, right? As long as you continue on the story, you don't need experience because you haven't had to kill anything.
We gotta be gods though.
Well, I mean,
We can't be level 5 gods.
that's your personal problem.
Also, when the four of us combine together, we can take on a sea level quest. But Kelly had a hard time taking on a sea level person last night, so
Wow.
True.
sorry I had to
Wow.
make that joke. It was a good joke.
Wow.
So what you're saying is Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but yeah.
Did I get any XP for offering that dude to the mask?
No, but you probably could start paying down some of those immensely heavy debts that you've acquired.
Yeah.
You're constantly just like, put it on my IOU, and he's just like, when I come calling, you better be ready to do what I ask.
Well,
I
every
love the
time he
idea
asked, everything he asked me to do, it's like, make sure this entire town feels the sorrow of death and plant these things around as beacons. I'm like, dragons.
I love the idea, by the way, that we hit up the crystal, right? And then you change into the dude that's hunting yourself for the stuff, because that's just how this goes. So you're now you're now your own Patreon, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Now you have your own problems to deal with.
I'm
Still.
my own worst enemy. This
Yep.
is hitting too close to home.
Story of my fucking life. The being your own enemy part. So.
All right, let's let's do that thing where we say goodbye.
Aw.
Friends, Finley, let's start with you. Spootnik
Yeah.
_71 #SpeedyMcTootie.
Lindley
right.
Lindley Godbottom, more like.
Ooh, well, I should have been Godbottom.
The god bottom.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like the God particle, but substantially more thick.
That's right. It has 3 C's.
Are you dummy thick?
Yeah. That's how you get C-level adventurer guild.
Why do you think we never complete our quest? He's too dummy thick and his ass cheeks keep on alerting the guards.
What is this, Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
Clap, 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 clap.
No, but he's a halfling, so it's just like 2 fingers like really just smacking together real hard.
You can find me on Twitter at Spootnik _71. You can find me here at APGamingREAL on Twitch on Wednesdays.
Mm.
And if you're lucky, you can find me in your dreams.
Oh,
Or nightmares.
Yeah. That's all I got.
yeah.
Drumurboy.
Hi, I'm Drumurboy. You can find a new excuse me. A hot new track on roleplay.bandcamp.com called Bad Shapes. If you want to hear some cybery symphonic goodness connected to Roleplay Far Verona Season 2. Yeah, other than that, you can find all my other stuff on Spotify or Apple Music or a bunch of other platforms. I just submitted to a whole bunch of other platforms today. So they should be pretty well everywhere soon, like including Instagram Music and Facebook Music and TikTok soon.
Oh boy, TikTok.
TikTok. Wow.
Yeah, you can put my shit on your videos if you want that. But yeah, been playing Dishonored on the weekends. We'll continue that this weekend. See you next week. Hopefully, we'll get some experience next week. 1,800 points away from leveling.
Yeah. Remember that time that we thought we leveled and everyone was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alpha's like, actually, guys, you need another 6,000. We're just like,
Oh.
that was Arthur sucking the yes out of us. With his... Anyway.
Yeah, Dave,
Hey,
let's do
everyone.
you.
What? Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't already done so, throw your booty in the circle and give Arthur some of that Twitch Prime love. Twitch Prime. So I got a couple of things. Outer's Blood, one of my games, is in Kickstarter right now. It passed its funding goal, and it's just passed its new first stretch goal, actually, as well,
Nice.
which is really cool. There's now a bat enemy, which will, be related to sound and stuff like that in the game. So it'll be cool. What else?
Zubat, very popular Pokemon.
What was that?
Zubat, very popular Pokemon.
Yes, the most popular, you could say. We also
one would say that.
released a new game on Steam called Good Night Night. The Steam profile's live. You can go check that out. And yeah, I'm still waiting for Cyberpunk Red to drop. Like, fucking get your shit together. At least that Kickstarter head start thing. And then nothing. How dare you tease us like that? But yeah, that's me.
Atomikspoon.
Unfortunately, I'm Atomikspoon on Twitch and Twitter, streaming Warcraft rating. So that's retail. I guess they're both retail now. BFA on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Classic whenever I can get into the fucking server.
Have you been waiting in line this entire game?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I'm also on the highest pop server. It'll like peter out over the
You're gonna go to bed, and then I'll let you in, and then you get kicked for AFK.
Yeah. Well, I just have to start I'll just start it at I don't know, 9 a.m. and then I'll get in earlier tomorrow. But it'll peter off after people who are like, oh yeah, oh wait, this is actually it was kind of a grind and annoying, and they fuck off, and then it won't be as bad. But yeah, so whenever that happens, and then I'm here Wednesdays for this, and then I'm also here Saturdays for Wrath and Glory Dark Inquisition, which is Wrath and Glory and the RPG and 8th edition tabletop. So we're doing time skip right now, I believe. So then it'll be interesting to see stuff Saturday, and hopefully this hurricane will fuck off and not knock my internet out, so I can actually be here Saturday.
Nice.
So if it's here Saturday, it's supposed to. Is it Saturday night or is it
Sunday into Monday, I think.
Oh, Sunday to Monday. Okay. Last thing I had said it might have been Saturday night. So, but okay, that's even better then. So I should actually be here. So that'd be good. Yeah. So I should be here Saturday. Nice. That's pretty shit. But Drumurboy, speaking of synth stuff, I saw a guy made a battle jacket for synth wave bands. It's pretty fucking legit. I like it.
Probably Three Teeth.
Don't remember. I'll have to find a picture of it.
Three Teeth is like one of the synthwave bands that like they take it into like the metal band.
Well, this guy made his own battle jacket of all synthwave, like Perturbator and Carpenter Brut and all those guys.
Oh, okay.
So he made his own, but it looked fucking sick. But,
okay.
Yeah. That's me. That's all I got.
Okay. I'm Arthur Perkins. This was AP Gaming Real. I'm here pretty much every night. You can type exclamation schedule in the chat to get the schedule, I think, or you can just click the schedule button. Keep that updated. So we'll be back next week to look over some attunable items.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do.
Hell yeah.
Fire noises. Have a good night.
Woo.